down, so I was like, hey, so what are we? He was like, we are farmers. Bump it up, bump, 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 bump.
So be great, be kind, don't let them dim your light.
Hey love bugs, how are y'all today? We're back with another freaking video. I gotta work on my intro, cause that was sad. That was horrible. I done tried doing this video like 3 times, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like my vibe in it. I feel like I was rambling, and I need to just focus on one thing, but my mind has like 1,000 different tabs on it, so I have to like talk or speak or what I say. I'm working on that though. I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm in a different place than what I was last sit down video. I was really downstairs, so now I'm upstairs in like the corner of my upstairs room, I guess you could say, because I'm trying to work on like a little studio type thing to do so I can record my videos and do stuff in my business and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're back with another video, another sit down video, another advice video. I'm starting this new segment to where it's called Talk to 'em Tuesday, to where I do like different, I guess you could say different advice things that people would like to hear, you know, because I'm really a sucker for love and a sucker for relationships and stuff like that. I've had my fair share. But yes, I am really interested in doing this and starting this and keeping it consistent because I feel like y'all would like it. And that's something I'm really passionate about. It's like love, relationships, and people in general, regardless of how they treat other people. I still like people sometimes. Some days, depends on the day, depends on what they do. So yeah, I'm trying to stay more consistent, and starting this column, I feel like, or starting this segment, I feel like it could be stepping stone towards me being more consistent on YouTube and consistent in life, making sure I have everything, all my ducks in a row and things in that sort. So yes, if you guys know anything else that y'all would like want me to talk about, whether it's about people or relationships or advice, just anything you want me to have advice on, I'll do it. I'll do it on YouTube. I'll do like an Ask Rissa column or something like that. If y'all interested in that, make sure y'all let me know in the comments, because I'm really good at giving advice. I don't listen to myself, but I do tell others like good things, because I guess because I've had my fair share of relays and situations. So yeah, we've all been there. We've all been in relationships. We've all been in situationships that we do not want to be in. We've ignored every red flag that we could have possibly done, and we don't understand why. But hey, I'm here to let you know that it's okay. It's okay to, you know, be toxic. No, just it's not okay. Not okay to be toxic. But if you stick around with somebody, that shows how much you really do care about them. And I've stuck by some people way longer than I should have. And if I would have noticed all the red flags, if I would have noticed all the small things, then I most definitely wouldn't have stuck around that long. But, you know, as people, or as I know as a female, me, as speaking for myself, I kind of get this ideal person, what I want them to be. And I kind of start liking them for a person they could possibly become. And I end up becoming heartbroken, sad, and stuck. Most definitely stuck, because yeah, I've been stuck in some situations to where I was just like, Rissa, why did you stick around so long? Like, why did you sit around here and deal with it for X amount of times? Like, because I cared. I really did, like, wholeheartedly care. No matter how many times they made me mad, I still stuck around. So this first column is about, well, this first episode, I guess you could say, of Talk to 'em Tuesday is about, I guess, things that we ignore or things that annoy me in situationships, relationships, and all that. This is a lot. I know I'm not perfect, but these are the different things that I know annoy the heck out of me. And if I start rambling, excuse me, because I have like a lot of things up here that I want to talk about and address. And sometimes they'll just, all of them just pop up like pop, 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 pop. And I'll be like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. So I gotta stay consistent. I just have to stay consistent. So sit back, get your snacks. I'm not gonna make this video that long, but I'm making long enough to get my point across. And I hope you guys stay until the end. If you guys watched my last vlog, I appreciate y'all so much because that was a really long video, and I really do appreciate y'all for sticking around and watching it. So now let's get let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to address is communication. I can't stress enough how much communication is so important. Communication and understanding with your partner or the person that you're dealing with is so important. Like, when I was asking people, like, when I was asking around and asked people like one thing that annoys them, they said like a communication, and that was like my number one on my list. Because okay, you can be under the impression that you and this person are talking. Y'all get, talking. That's gonna be my next red flag. But anywho, y'all are dealing with each other, tolerating each other, like getting to know each other pretty much. And y'all been doing it for so long. Like y'all been doing it for about 3 months. And then you like, hey, I feel like we should become exclusive, or I feel like we should just be talking to each other. If you don't do that, nobody knows what to do, because there's no way you can commit yourself without telling somebody else. Just because y'all hanging out every day, FaceTiming every night, you know, it might seem like that's what y'all do when you're in the talking stage, but you got to be able to voice that to somebody, because if you don't voice it, that's not understood. It's not an understood thing. Like, you have to be able to talk and tell them, hey, I feel like we should do this, or hey, I feel like we should do that. And if they choose to say no, then you ask, what is up? Like, what are we doing then? Because I'm not gonna sit up here and continue going out with you, continue just, you know, especially if I like you, I'm not gonna be, you know, trying to go on dates and stuff like that, and we just gonna remain friends. Because at this point, I can talk to somebody else. I can go deal with somebody else who actually wants to build with me or be with me. You know what I'm saying? I never understood the whole, well, I do understand it, but then again, I don't understand it. Why this talking stage lasts 6 to 7 months. Because the talking stage is a waste of time, in my opinion, at this point, because you don't know what's going on. No matter how much you can voice it, you can voice it all day and say, yeah, I want to, like, the person can come to you on some big person energy. You know what I'm saying? They can come to you and say, hey, I want to be with you, all this type of stuff. But then once they start dealing with you for long periods of time, all of a sudden I'm not ready for a relationship. So what are we doing? Why are you wasting my time? Leave me alone. Because, no, leave me the freak alone. I recently just got out of one of those situations because I was dealing with somebody off and on for 2 years, okay? I was dealing with them for 2 years, tolerating they bull crap, all this stuff. So, like the first time of us like communicating or texting, I guess you could say, it went on for like 6 months. And it was kind of consistent. We would FaceTime all the time, we would hang out with each other at school, stuff like that. So when it came down to it, I was like, hey, so what are we? He was like, we are farmers, bump it up, bum. Because he sat up there and was like, oh shoot, we just cooling. Had me looking like boo-boo the fool, baby. Boo-boo the freaking fool. So if I would have communicated in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want to work towards something else. Instead of just being under assumption, I most definitely wouldn't have stuck around for another 1.5 years. I promise you I wouldn't have. I would have been done because I was pissed off because I was under the assumption of us being together and us talking and stuff like that. And that wasn't even it. Like, we weren't even doing it. We were hanging out, you know, stuff like that. But it was nothing, honestly. It was a waste of my valuable, beautiful black time. So then eventually he came back on some, hey, I miss you, all this type of stuff. Me being a duck, a duck, most definitely. Went back and continued to talk to him. Continued to talk to him. Same old thing. We would talk, we'll communicate, FaceTime, all that type of stuff. All that went on again for like another year. And I continued to ask this man, like, hey, what's going on? What are we doing here? I've learned to communicate and say, hey, what's up? So shoot, this year, 2020 come, and I guess he was under the assumption that this was something, but Lil Rissa wasn't going. Lil Rissa wasn't doing that. Lil Rissa was like, okay, since you want to just string me along, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to say, bye. I'm done talking. I didn't say bye. I said I was done, like, putting forth the effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, done trying, done doing the most. So, like a couple months ago, he was like, hey, let's plan a trip. And I was like, okay, sure. Like, let's go to Memphis or something. I said, cool, we can go. So then eventually I backed out the trip because I had already started texting somebody. I was texting somebody else and actually like getting to know them on some big boy energy. It was some big boy energy, for real. So I guess he felt the vibe of, dang, she's slipping away. What I'ma do? So this boy had the audacity to tell me, well, I didn't understand why you decided to talk to somebody else. What was I supposed to do? And he was like, man, I was going to ask you to be my girlfriend when we were on that trip.
What? What the fuck?
Hold up. We ain't never did that before. So why would you even think to even ask me? We just been texting this whole time. Because, like, in July, I asked this man, I was like, hey, what's going on here? And I stuck around for so long, bro, like a dummy. Stuck around for so long, like, what's going on? What's going on? What we gonna do? What we gonna do with it, man? When you're like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Okay. If you don't know, I don't know. We just don't know together. Then the man stressed out, bro. Like, when I finally told him it was somebody else, stressed out. I mean, mad. Every time I was texting him, he was like, you're your boyfriend now. I'm like, shoot, I don't know. Like, I was just on the same energy he was on, because why is you trying to play me? Like, why is you doing all this big boy energy now when I've been asking you this for 2 years now? Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me, because it don't. Not at all. At all. So, then, let's see. Then after that, he eventually was like, he was like, I really want to be with you or something like that. Okay. So me and the other person stopped communicating. We stopped texting. I went on the trip to Memphis, y'all, wasting my freaking life. Wasting my freaking time. I was so disappointed in myself. But me and the other person just stopped talking because they popped out with a girlfriend. But I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. That's another story for another day. But yes, I went to Memphis and I realized, like, Rissa, you done stuck around too long. It is time for you to get your bags and go. And leave. Because after that, I never talked to him again. I haven't talked to him in going on 3 weeks. So yes, he constantly still texting me, talking about, I guess you're not talking to me no more. Of course I'm not, because you wasted my time. So continue to waste somebody else's time. So I'm not dealing with that no more. With people who can't communicate, people who don't know what they want, that's confusion. That talking stage is confusing, because with me, my loyalty is like unmatched. Especially if I like you, like, or I'm interested in you. I ain't gonna say like you, because recently it has taken me a while to actually like somebody for real, Be interested in you, but not like you. So if you gonna sit up here and just, the talking stage is done, bro. It's a waste of time. Either you like somebody, interested in somebody, or you not. Let them people know. All that, I just hate it so much. I hate, we talk, we this, we that. We all talk. We all talk to each other at this point. If we ain't communicating, like, or we ain't working towards something, then we ain't doing nothing. We just cooling. And that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna hit y'all with that Lucci. When he said about him and Reginae, we just cooling. Until you tell me, Rissa, I don't want you on the streets no more. I want you. Guess what I'm gonna be? On the streets. Period. Like, it's just so confusing. This whole talking stage is a real waste of time because you just never know what's going through somebody's head. Either they can be using you for benefits, or they can just be, I don't know, they could just be bored and just say, hey, let me talk to her and mess up her mental health. Let me talk to her and waste her time. But, you know, the thing is about men, about dudes, or people in general, because I know some girls do this too. They'll lead somebody on, don't want to talk to them no more. But then when they start talking to somebody else, you come back. Why? What's your purpose in coming back to a person that you didn't want the first time? See, I told y'all I'd be starting a ramble. Anywho, I went through communication, went through the talking stage. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with people. Like, don't lead somebody on when you dealing with them, because you can have them stringing along for months, and you know that this person got a soft spot for you. You know. And the things with people, they will abuse, they will beat that soft spot until you ain't got it no more. Now you a heartless soul out here, you know, like dealing with people. And I really hate that. I really hate that people get turned into heartless people because they was handled by somebody who couldn't, you know, control themselves. That's just not control themselves, who couldn't handle who they are. Like, you're gonna change a heartless person, you're gonna change a heartful person into a heartless person. How can you do that? Just how can you do that? I just don't understand. I don't. Like, I still feel like I rambled in this video. But yeah. Things that annoy me most definitely in talking stages is talking for 5,000 months. Waste of time, in my opinion. It's my personal opinion. Y'all can talk to somebody for 7-8 months. I did it for 2 years. Never doing that long again. Never doing that long again. Period. Not at all. Not ever. Like, I would say the max, I would give myself maybe 3 to 4 months actually getting to know somebody. Because I'm done staying talking stage. Either we together, either we getting to know each other, we together, or we just cooling. Because at this point, wasting my time. And I can't date people, like date multiple people. That's too hard. I don't see how people do that. That's too stressful. That's just too time consuming. You gotta text everybody back. You gotta hold a conversation. I just can't do it. Cause I treat people the way I want to be treated. So as far as texting wise, if you text me back whenever you want to, I'm gonna text you back whenever I feel like it, and you can't get mad at me. Purr. But yes, I really hope this video was informative and I was not babbling a lot. I feel like I was, but this was my first Talk to Him Tuesday. If you guys have any other topics you want me to speak on, next time I'm gonna have me like a little notepad or something that I can go by and talk about, because I still feel like I was just rambling. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all give it a like button. Make sure you guys shop small businesses, especially mine. I have keychains, guys. Link will be in the description box below. Make sure, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out this whole intro thing, like what I want to call y'all. If y'all have any names that, you know, I could call y'all. I really like love bugs, but if y'all don't be bugs, then just let me know. I would change it. But yes, I got so many new things coming to the channel. Trying to stay more consistent. So thank you guys for subscribing to my channel and liking my channel. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great Tuesday. Be breezy, be beautiful, and be you.